Hey guys, welcome to Tesla Helion, and I'm starting up with this new channel to help some new Tesla owners who are not so much well versed with the functionalities of this wonderful car. So first off, I'm here in Ontario, Canada, and so I will be starting off with the basics of this car, how to operate it, and so on. So just to begin with, this car is a 2021 refresh Model 3 Performance, and as you can see, it's red and white interiors, white and black interiors, and red multi-coat exterior. And so we'll just start with the basics of this car. First off, this is the main console, the main screen on which all the controls reside here. And with the latest, not the latest, but the second latest update, which was 2020.48.26, we got this screen wherein almost, let's say, 35% of the screen is towards the left side. Is it just gives all the information about the car and what's going on in the car, and the right part, which is almost like 65% of the screen, it gives you all the other information like your profile, the Sentry mode, and if it's connected to Wi-Fi or LTE or whatnot, and of course the navigation. And so let's start with the basic left portion of the car, of this screen. You can see that the car is displayed here. Your car is displayed here. What's really great about this new update is that the animations are really great. Like, if, let's say, if I open this door, it will show that the door is open, and I close the door, and if I lower down the windows, you can see the windows lowering down. You see, like, whatever level I keep it at, it shows you, it displays the same level. And you can see the same thing happening with the driver's side rear window as well, the same, and so on and so forth. And if you turn on the blinkers, you can see the left and the right blinkers blinking, and similarly for the trunk and the front as well. So we have the options here to open the trunk, open the front, open the charge port, etc. And this one is for unlocking the car. It's the same can be done from this button here. This if I tap here, it will lock all the doors as well, lock the car, unlock the car. And coming down here, you will see some of the controls which used to reside up here, they have been moved down here, such as the camera and windshield wiper, etc. And so here you can see, if I swipe left, it will show you your tire pressure, and because it's not moving right now, it will not display the tire pressure, but once you start moving, it displays the correct pressure in each and every of your car's tire. And this is blank, and then here you can see how many kilometers, how many miles you have already run since the last charge, since a specific period of time, and the total odometer reading here as well. And apart from that, you can see that it also displays if the car is in park or not. And I will cover the basic whatever what all displays are here in a moment. So let's shift to the right side of the screen, which is the navigation panel. Here you can see various items such as I mentioned before, the lock, to lock and unlock the car. It displays the time here. It displays the current temperature inside the car, and also it shows you your driver profile, which has all my seat adjustments and mirror adjustments and everything displayed and saved here. And also it also displays here the Sentry mode, if it's active or not. Because I'm here standing, the car is parked inside the garage of my house, that's why it does not display that the Sentry mode is active. When the Sentry mode is active, it will display a red kind of spot inside this Sentry mode display. Also, the next to it is this one, which is like a small camera. It's like a dash cam, so it shows you each and every videos which were captured during the Sentry mode, etc. And it shows you whatever has been captured before as well. So here you can see various Sentry mode captures, and each and every of these will show you where this dot is when an incident happened. So if you quickly swipe to this dot, you will see what incidents happened. Most probably nothing happened because it's right in the garage, but it just captured something. Yeah, you can see that these lights flashed. So this Elon Musk has mentioned that he will make Sentry mode much less sensitive, because right now it's even sensitive to any movement all around the car, any light flashing or anything. So it captures as an incident, which of course is not good for your hard drive that you are using for Sentry mode, because it captures a lot of data in it. Next is the Wi-Fi or the LTE. When the Wi-Fi is not on, if I turn off the Wi-Fi here, it will show you LTE, which is the that means that the car is running internet through LTE, through its SIM card, which is inbuilt in the car. Next is for Bluetooth. So here, if I tap, I can add my phone, add headphones, or whatever I want to add here. And up here you see navigation, and you can tap on it and put in any, you can set up your home, you can set up your work, and it has many other funny options like hungry. It will take you to the nearest restaurants, and etc. So there are some other features which I will cover later, and I'm just giving you an overview of the display, what all is displayed on this screen. So here you can see in which direction you are moving currently. It shows right now that I'm facing east, northeast, somewhere in the middle of east and northeast. And with these buttons you can zoom in and zoom out of the map. These three are for the top one is for displaying the map in the regular mode. Then this one is the satellite view. This way, if you want to check the traffic, how the current traffic is on your route, so you can just press this button and it will show you that here it's pretty it shows in red and it's heavy traffic. So you can, you know, like route your select the route to your destination accordingly. And the best part right now with this last update was last to last update 2020.48.26 was that now you are able to see the nearest superchargers, and also you can see how many superchargers are available. So here it shows 19, 16, 19, 13, and 7, and so forth. so on and so forth. So it's pretty handy. So you can just, like, let's say if none of these superchargers is available right now, I can just route it to the next supercharger, which has several more available. And also it shows you level 1, level 2, and level 3. Level 3, which is superchargers. It also shows you can select the nearest level 1 or level 2 level 2 chargers, which are close to your place. So yeah, so in all, this is what the screen is all about, the top portion of the screen. Down there, here comes more stuff. Let's start from the rightmost part of the screen. So here you have your volume control, and you can turn on, lower the volume or raise the volume from here. You just swipe here, swipe back, swipe forward, and the volume increases or decreases. These two are for defogging your windscreen as well as your rear windshield. So if you press once, it starts at a lower temperature, and if you press twice, it starts at a higher temperature. But if you keep on pressing, if you press it longer, it will start it. It's not working. Anyway, it will. So, and plus this one is for your rear windshield. And here are your controls for your front passenger as well as for the driver's seat to heat up these seats. There are 3 levels in which you can heat up these seats. And also here it shows you the temperature. You can raise or decrease the temperature by just sliding on at the lower bottom part of this screen, or anywhere on the screen while you are still in contact with the screen. Next is this your HVAC system. Here you have all the controls. You can schedule your charging or not or whatnot. You can turn on the AC. You can lower or raise the level of the speed of the fan, and all those. You have the dog mode. You have the camping mode, etc. Here you can start the heating and for top part or the lower part or the middle part. And here you can also select where you want the air to be coming out of the vents. You can narrow this one and you can expand this one as well, so which is pretty cool, and which is very and also you can turn it off by selecting this button or any of these buttons. Also, if you go here, you will see that it gives you the option to heat up all the seats at whatever level you want to. So like right now I'm sitting inside, so I just have mine at level 1. So, yeah, so this is all about just a short overview of what the HVAC system is all about. Here comes the fun stuff. This is a Hoi Hoi, which is basically just to call. So you can make calls, you can text, you can receive texts if your phone is connected. Right now my phone is not connected to the car, so that's why it doesn't. If I will click here, it will just ask me to connect to the car. So yeah, so if I long press on this button, it becomes call, and if I long press on this button, it becomes Hoi Hoi, which is kind of funny. The same goes for calendar. Calendar is also something that is controlled with your phone. So if you have your phone connected, it will basically show you your calendar, what your calendar looks like. And also if you select in the settings, according to the calendar, if let's say if you are meeting someone in Toronto, in downtown Toronto at 12 o'clock, and you just sit in the car, and you have the option to select that particular destination from your calendar for that particular time, and the car will guess that yes, you are going to that particular destination at this time. You have a meeting, so it will simply just navigate you to that destination. Even although right now full self-drive is not completely developed, but in the future definitely this car would be able to do that. And just to let you know, my car, this particular Model 3 Performance, is equipped with full self-drive. Yeah, I decided to go to purchase each and every option that was available. So yeah. The next one is camera. So it gives you an overview of what your, this is the rear camera, and also it shows you what's on the left and the right side of the car. Pardon me for the mess inside my garage. Just recently moved into the new house and didn't get the time at all to clean up the space. But yeah, so this is how you access the camera, and also you can just swipe it down. Whatever option is open on your screen, you can just simply swipe it up and swipe it down, so that, you know, it just comes up and shows and just goes back. And here the next one is to understand how much range you will have in actual scenario. So as per the, like, what it shows right now is the car has 66% of charge left, and as per the last 10 kilometers of driving, I have approximately 189 kilometers of range. And if I look at for the last 25 kilometers, I have 220 kilometers of range, and so on and so forth. It's always suggested to advised to keep it at 50 kilometers, so you have a better idea of how far the car will take you. And apart from that, the next one is charging. So charging, it's very much self-explanatory. Right now I have in my garage this Tesla's wall connector, and it's for that, the installation was not something that I will suggest you to do by your own, but just to hire someone who's licensed and who knows where and what kind of switches to be connected. So this one is currently on 48 amps switch. It's a 60 amp switch, which the electrician had to install at my place. You can easily find an electrician. If you are having a hard time finding an electrician, you can simply just go on to Tesla's website and find an electrician. But what I have noticed is the electricians who are listed on Tesla's website, they are not they charge approximately double of what a regular electrician will charge you. So I found a good licensed electrician of Kijiji. Kijiji is a website here in Canada of Kijiji, and he charged me only $700 for installing this charger. It's not basically a charger, it's a wall connector which connects to your car, through which you connect to the car's charging unit, which is inside the car. So here you can see that the battery is at 66%. It shows green. It does not show you blue. If it does show you blue, if you're in a colder area, if it shows you blue, it means that that portion of the battery is not available for use. So it's always highly recommended to to precondition the battery before using the car. And here you can schedule your charging, and also it gives you an option to when you have off-peak charges or not. I'm just giving you a very short overview of what it is all about. Here you can set up the limit. It's always recommended to keep it to as low as 80% for regular use, and if you're going for a long trip or something, always choose you can choose you have the option to choose 100%, but keep it at 80%. That will be the best for your battery. The next here is the web browser. You can browse whatever stuff you would like to browse. I will just turn on my Wi-Fi so that I would have to, okay, I have my Wi-Fi available. Okay, so it's selected by itself. So here I was, the last thing that I was browsing for was E for Tesla. Just on a side note, I would not recommend using this website if you are a Model 3 user and would want to connect your um, garage door opener, because this website does not, in my experience, it did not work for Model 3. It does say that it works for Model S and Model X, but for Model 3 it does not. So anyway, if you just go here and just go to any website, you can browse easily, and of course depending on your internet speed and all that. So right now the internet speed is quite good in my garage, so yeah, I'm able to use this. Apart from that, these two are really funny one. This one is entertainment. You can play various games here. We have beach buggy racing, chess, 2048, etc. And while you are supercharging, you have plenty of time to, you know, to kill, so you can just go on your car and just play one of these games. One thing I wanted to point out here is that when you're playing the Battle of Polytopia, you have the option to play the game. Actually, if let's start the game, perfection, just choose anything. Okay, just start the game. So the game has started, and you have the option here. You see this rectangle in a rectangle, so you have the option here to actually play the game while the car is while you're driving the car. So somebody else if is playing, then definitely they have the option to play the game in a side screen. Apart from that, there is Toybox. Now, with the last update, last 2020.48.26, this they introduced Boombox. So Boombox is pretty cool. You can play whatever media is playing inside the car right now, like you will, and this media will be played outside the car. So I'm not sure, but as I remember, cars manufactured, Model 3s manufactured before 28 before July or June of 2018, they do not have an outside speaker that could play the all these media outside. But because this is a 2021 model, so yes, this one does have an outside speaker. So you can I can just give you a small short demo. So if you see here, so the sound is here inside right now, and if I go to Boombox, and if I open up the door, you can hear, I'm not sure if you can hear or not, but the sound is being played outside of the car. Let's change the song, and maybe then you would be able to hear it. Okay, let's try this one. Okay, tiny bubbles. Something happened with my I believe that there is some problem with the current update with Spotify. So hopefully in the future they will be fixing that one. So anyway, here you have really funny honking sounds like fart, posh, or whatever. And if I will press honk, it will be making those sounds. You can hear that sound is being played outside. Similarly, you can have a driving sound like that of let's say ice cream. I don't feel like playing this sound because sometimes right now, yes, I can play this sound because it's not summer, but during the summer days I would not want to disappoint any kids. So I'm not sure if you can hear it. Yeah, now you can hear it now. It's the ice cream truck sound. It's pretty nice. There are some other sounds as well, rock and roll, etc. So this sound is coming from the outside speaker. And here you can also choose summon sound. So when you will be summoning the car, it will make this sound. So yeah, apart from that, here is emissions, the most talked about fun feature of this car. So here you can see that there is this cushion. This cushion is outside the car, which means that your car has an outside speaker. So if I will uh, press, let's say, the left scroll wheel, you can hear this sound is coming from outside the car. Yeah, so you can hear this sound is coming from outside the car. And if this one, if you just choose it from here or here, any of the speakers, it's pretty funny. Anyway, you can also change it to fart on turn signal, so whenever you will be pressing the turn signal, it will create the sound. Apart from this, we have tracks for recording any music piece or something. Then we have the romance in the mode, so when you hit on this, it will just turn on the heaters in the car, and it's a really good one to when you're out about with your better half. You can just enjoy your time. It just I will be giving you short tips about how to play music and all while this is on, but in my other videos for sure. Let's exit this one. So apart from that, there is Sketchpad. Your it's kind of self-explanatory. You can just simply, if it's on, you can just draw something. It's good for the kids and all, definitely. So yeah, apart from this, there is Mars. So now, oh, I did not see this one, multi-planetary species. So let's try this one. So let's go out, let's see what's there. So you can see here my car is shown as a rover on Mars, and the best part is when you move, the car also moves on Mars. Yeah, and I'm pretty sure there must be some kind of interplanetary species over here, which I'm not able to find. Yeah, let's see how much it zooms in. Okay, hopefully whenever I will be on a drive, if I will come across any of those interplanetary species, I will capture them and show them to you for sure. This is the Santa mode. Christmas is gone, but definitely you can have fun. So either you can just stop. Stop. Okay, back to this. So either you can just press here, or you have an option to which you have not yet covered. If you press the right scroll wheel on your steering wheel, it gives here you can see that you can simply give it voice commands. I will make a separate video for voice commands with what all you can do with voice commands. Here for this particular option, you can simply press on this one and say ho ho ho, and you will see that it turns on this Santa mode. Stop. Stop. So as you can see, whenever you turn, I'm not going to turn on this mode again, because every time I turn it on, the music starts playing and the music is pretty long. So as you can see, whenever you turn on this mode, your Tesla turns into Santa's sledge. So yeah, it's kind of funny. It's really good for kids and all. So, and also here is a button for spreading the cheer. So if you have the outside speaker, and when you're driving, it will turn on the Santa mode, and it will have the bells, jingle bells and all that stuff outside the car. Next one is Rainbow Road. So whenever you are on the road and you are in auto drive, if you press down the right stalk, the gear stalk 4 times quickly, it will start. Right now I cannot show you, but it will quickly. It will start the Rainbow Road. It's like it's displayed like this on this side, on the left hand side, and your car is on this path, and it plays some kind of music as well. So yeah, this was what all these options are all about. Now let's move on to the next one, which is the for the windshield wiper. Here you have the option to either to set the speed by yourself or keep it on auto. I always keep it on auto because it's just convenient like that. So it will just sense that there is water or something on the windshield, and it will turn it on. Apart from that, here, as I mentioned before, there is cameras and all, and this is music, and here you have all the options. I have connected my Spotify, and I have it's really very handy when you are listening to something at your home, and you come down in your car and you start your car, and the same song starts playing on Spotify. It's really connected, and it really feels great. Here you have some other options like radio. You can select various radio stations, etc. You can play music from your phone. You can have streaming here. Then there is Spotify karaoke. This was recently introduced in one of the updates, and you can play karaoke with your son, with your daughter, with your partner, or anyone. It's really amazing. And then there is TuneIn Radio is separately mentioned here as a separate button for playing TuneIn Radio. And then you can look for any music here, and then there are settings. I always try to keep it like a big V, and you can see the equalizer is like a big V here, and you can also balance. You can hear your sound coming from various speakers. This car has, I believe, 16 speakers or something, including the subwoofer, so the premium. If you go for a standard plus model, you will not be receiving the premium audio system. If you go to long range or performance model in Model 3, you will be receiving the premium audio system. So here, if I move this cursor anywhere in the car, in the cabin, it will make it sound as if the sound is coming from that corner of the car. I usually keep it in the center, because when you keep it at the center, the sound is more loud and more clear. If you put it on any of the other sides, the sound is not as much clear or loud. Next is options. You have the options to select immersive sound, if it's off, standard, or high. You can stream. You can check if there are kids in the car and you don't want any explicit content to be there. It will just not play those songs which have explicit content in them. And you can also have you can also either allow or not allow the mobile control of the music system. And then these are the various sources which you would want the car to play the music from. So in all, this was what in short introduction to music. And apart from that, this is the main console for your car. So this is where you control everything in the car. So let's start from the topmost option, which is quick controls. So here I keep my exterior lights on auto always, because it's better for the computer to decide what's right or wrong. If I ever need to change, I can always come here and change. Front fog lights, if it's foggy or something, I can always come here and change it. Then there is mirrors. You can select which mirror you want to adjust. In Model 3 it does not, because it's so much minimalistic. The design of the car is so much minimalistic that they have provided us with the least and the most useful options as hard buttons. So if you will look at your driver's side panel on your door, you will only see the buttons for opening and closing the windows, as well as the door and the emergency unlock button. Apart from that, there is no other button for adjusting the mirrors or anything else. So here everything is on the display, so you can select you can move the left or the right mirror in, out, up, down, or in any of those positions using the left scroll wheel. So when you move the left scroll wheel up or down, the mirrors move as well, up and down. And if you move the scroll wheel sideways, you will see that the mirrors also move sideways. So once you have and you have other two options like mirror auto tilt or mirror auto fold. So mirror auto tilt is what, whenever you are in the reverse, when you I'm sorry, whenever you select the reverse gear, the mirrors will auto tilt to show you the curb behind the car, or anything behind the car, especially the curb. And the mirror auto fold is a good option when you are, let's say, going through a very cringed space and you don't have as much space and you're worried about the mirrors that you might damage them. So you can have mirror auto fold whenever you are setting the car in park mode. For winters, like I'm here in Canada, so for winters it's not so much suggested, advised to keep the mirror on auto fold, because once it snows and then it melts, the water inside gets frozen, and then it's a huge problem to bring the mirrors back up, side mirrors back up to their regular normal position. So it's always suggested not to set this up as mirror auto fold, neither for park and nor for any other situation when you are in such cold areas. And once you have selected all these options, you will see that this under my profile, it shows me if I want to save it, because it's very convenient that I have now saved it as what I want for my mirrors, what position I want them to be in, and it right away, as soon as I move the scroll wheel, right away it gives me the option to save it, which is really very convenient. The same it does for steering wheel as well. So if I need the steering wheel up or down, you can see the steering wheel is moving down because I'm moving the scroll wheel up and down. And if I will move the scroll wheel to the left or to the right, it will to the left it will come out, and if I will move it to the right, it will go back in. So I keep mine to the highest most and the deepest position of this steering wheel, and it again gave me the option to save it, and I saved it. The same it does if I will change the position of my seats. So if you can, I'm not sure if you can see it, I'm changing the position of my seat from the side levers, and it has again given me the option to save it. So it's pretty convenient. So now every time it will detect that it's you, it will bring the car's the mirrors, the steering wheel, and the seats in the same position. One more small tip I would like to give you is, whenever let's say you want to get in or get out of the car, just choose the easy entry, and I have set it up in the manner that everything will go back down, the seats will go back down, and the steering wheel will go back up, so that I have enough of space to go out and that I don't damage the car's body while going out, and it's easier for me to go out. Now if I choose this again, it will bring back my seat to my set position. So also the next option here is to fold. So the mirrors will fold, and also it gives you an option that always fold mirrors in this location. So let's say if I am parking it in my garage and I want them to be fold or to auto fold, so if I press this button, it will always auto fold in this garage. I have tried it, but this particular option did not work well for me, because every time I was coming near my house, even if let's say I have to go to the market and I forgot something and I came back, it just keeps on auto folding the mirrors, and then after some time only I have my mirrors available to see what's behind. So I don't keep it on. If you want to keep it on, of course you should. Anyway, and also there are other options like window lock. You can lock all the windows with this button, unlock all the windows. I keep my display brightness at auto all the time. You can increase or decrease it, but mine is always on auto. So let's move on to the next option, which is lights. As you can see, this headlights option is on auto. It will adjust the lights to high beam, low beam, or whatever automatically as per the requirement, as per the street conditions. And also, just to give you a small tip, you can always turn on the high beams with your left stalk by pulling it towards you. So if you pull the left stalk towards you, the indicator, the blinkers stalk towards you, it will turn on the high beam. And then there is dome lights. So these dome lights, they are set up on auto right now. If I turn them on, you can see all the lights have turned on. The lights near the footrest and everywhere inside the console and everything. But I keep it on auto, which is really convenient for me. Then it's about ambient lights. So all the lights inside the cabin, they turn on and off. Then there are 3 of these options, like auto high beam, headlights after exit, steering wheel lights. So these are self-explanatory. You can understand that if I keep the auto high beam, it will turn on the high beam whenever it's required. If I keep the headlights after exit, it means that if I exit from somewhere, the headlights will turn on if I will put the car in park. And then steering wheel lights, there are 2 lights on the steering wheel on each of the wheels, so which give you the indication that you can use. Here is the steering wheel scroll wheels. So if I turn them off, those lights turn off. Then we come down to locks. Let's see if I missed on something. No. Okay, the locks. So here I will explain about how to set up your phone with the key cards which have been provided. There are 2 key cards provided by Tesla when the car is delivered to you. So it shows you all the keys which have been used, which are in use, and then it gives you the option for all kind of locks inside the car. This is the window lock. This is the child lock. It locks all the doors, and the window lock locks all the windows. Walk away door lock. So it means that if you have your phone set up as a key for this car and you walk away, then after a certain distance, which in my experience is approximately 5 to 10 meters, it automatically locks the car. So it works on Bluetooth. So when it detects that the Bluetooth signal is too low, it locks the car, which means that you have already left the car. But I have noticed that you should not only rely on this feature, because sometimes it happened that I left and the car did not lock by itself. So and there have been many incidences when people just walked away, and right away someone was already lurking on their car, and they came and stole from the car while the car was still in the process of getting locked. So it's always good to walk away, look behind, and make sure that the car has locked behind you. Yeah. The next is unlock on park. I do not keep this on because the car is, even though the car is inside my garage, but I still like to keep my car locked. But if you want, you can always park the car in your garage and unlock it on park. Because let's say this feature is on and you go to the supermarket or market or anywhere and you park the car will unlock itself, but you would be then thinking that the car might not lock by itself. So it's better to keep it on unlock on park. And the next one is car left open notifications. Here you can either choose it to be off, or if the doors only are left open, it will give you notification, or if the doors and windows are left, it will give you the notification on your phone app. The next one is lock confirmation sound. Once the car gets locked, you hear a sound like any other regular car. Next one is close windows unlocked. So this will make sure that once the car is locked, the windows are closed, they're not vented. Next one is display. Display is here, I keep it on auto, and if it's in day mode, it will become bright white screen. If it's in night mode, it will be night dark screen, and if it's on auto, it will recognize what time of the day it is, if it wants to keep it as day or night, bright or dark. And then again, the brightness I have selected as auto, it does it by itself. And whenever you need to clean your screen, this is the screen clean mode. You press on it, it's all white, dark black, pitch black, and you can easily see where the dust particles or whatever is on the screen, and you can easily clean it off. And then to exit this screen cleaning mode, you just have to hold it for approximately 3 to 4 seconds and you're back. Then here you have various options for language. Touchscreen, which language do you want? For touchscreen, voice recognition or voice navigation. And then what format do you want? 12-hour, energy display, energy or distance. So for the battery charge, what I have understood is that just not to worry a lot that how much battery I'm losing, because I live in a cold climate area. So I have kept it on energy mode, so that because when you are keeping it on energy mode, you do not see it losing the charge as much as when you keep it on distance mode. And then there's an option to change it from kilometers to miles, and vice versa. And then you can also select to keep the temperature in the degrees Celsius or degree Fahrenheit. I keep it in degrees Celsius because I'm in Canada and we use here the matrix system. And then you have the option to keep it in bar, for the tire pressure to keep it in bars or PSI. Then we move on to driving. Here is the fun part. So because it's a performance model, and I like to always to feel that chill when I kind of floor it every time I'm at the red light, because if you have the performance model, trust me, you will definitely want to floor it every time you're at the red light. But I would suggest to always be in control of your car, to let loose, and always mind the traffic regulations, and you do not want to break any laws. I still keep it on sport, but when my partner is with me, I keep it on chill mode, so that every time I'm flooring or anything, the head exactly like head really bangs back on the seat, and this can be really painful sometimes, so I keep it on sport mode, chill mode, sorry. And then you have the option for the steering mode. So I have noticed that for me the most comfortable mode is comfort, because the steering is, you can easily move the steering, but it's up to you which mode you want to select. You can either select standard mode or a more tougher mode, which is sport. In that mode, it will be, the steering wheel will become stiff and you will have more control on the steering wheel, but it would be harder to move the steering wheel. Then we have the stopping modes, which are creep, roll, and hold. So creep is and roll is something, if you're coming from a regular car, you would want to keep it on roll if for a few days or weeks, just to get hold of the hold mode. Sorry. Hold mode is that when you lift off of the accelerator, the car starts coming to a stop position through regenerative braking. But when you put it on roll, the car does not come to a stop position. And then there are track modes, and you can customize the stopping, the track mode, etc., and which I have not yet used, but I believe that these are very if you ever need to understand these modes, definitely just let me know. I will definitely make a video about these modes as well. And autopilot, so here you have various options. Auto steer, I keep it on checked on, and navigate on autopilot. So here it gives you the option to start it at the start of every trip. I keep it at off, because let's say if my phone is connected and if I have to go somewhere, it will start the autopilot by itself, but it will not engage into the autopilot, because currently FSD, the full self-drive, is not available to it's not fully developed. So it doesn't make sense for us to enable this right from the start of every trip. And for speed-based lane changes, I have kept it on Mad Max, because in any way the car is always checking for how secure it is to lane change. So I don't mind keeping it on Mad Max. And exit passing lane, I have kept it on yes, and require lane change confirmation, I've kept it on yes, because you never know, the car is still a computer, and what human eyes can see, the computer may or may not see. So I always keep it on yes, because for that it needs my confirmation whenever, and I give the confirmation by turning the blinker on or off, blinker on left, blinker on right. So if I turn it on, it means that it's safe for the car to move to the next lane. And yeah, so that's the reason why I keep it for on yes. The next one is lane change notification. I have kept it on off because I don't need it, because in any way I'm driving and I'm seeing that the car is changing the lane. But if in the future when full self-drive is much more developed, in that case, yes, I would want to sorry, I would want to keep it on either vibrate or shine or both. But for now, it's okay that I'm keeping it on off. The next one is traffic light and stop sign control. So right now with full self-drive, you get to the car is able to stop and start on its own, start moving on its own. It's in beta right now, because when you come to a full stop at a stop sign or at a red light, there are various scenarios. So let's say if I'm at a stop sign, it will want me to press on the accelerator, just a short tap on the accelerator to start moving again, if it's on autopilot. And let's say if I'm at a traffic light and if I'm first behind the line, it will stop by itself, but it will not start moving by itself on green. because of the second option which I have turned on, green traffic light shine, it will shine also, but it will not start moving unless I just tap on the accelerator pedal. But in case there is someone else ahead of me who stopped as well on the green, on the red light, and they start moving, in that scenario the car starts moving by itself without myself tapping on the accelerator pedal, which is really cool, because the car understands that it's green light and the other car started moving, so it's safe to move. But I will still want myself to be looking around, keep an eye on each and everything, whatever is happening around me on the road, even if it's on full self-drive or on auto steer. The next one is full self-driving visualization preview. For now, as full self-drive is not so much developed, it's mostly developed for the highways, and it does the lane changing and entering and exiting the ramps by itself. In that scenario, yes, it's helpful, but for the city roads it's not as much helpful. So, and also I have kept summon on, I have kept summon turned on, so that if I am outside I can summon the car through my mobile app. Here I have the options to select what kind of bumper clearance it is, if the side clearance is tight or not, how much far I should be the least for summon to start working, and if on the app, if I need to continuously press on the summon button for the car to move or stop, which is really helpful, because sometimes it happens that I have to bring the car out of my garage and there is no space for me to get into the car, so I just summon forward and I keep on pressing summon forward so that the car comes towards me, and when I need to stop the car I just release my hand, my finger off the summon button. So it's pretty logical and pretty helpful. And then there are these other autopilot options: what speed limit, what speed do you want, speed limit or current speed. And the good part is that sorry, the good part is that Tesla has these new cars with the new updates. They do not recognize the speed limits through GPS. They recognize the speed limits through their cameras. They see the speed sign and they understand that if it is 50 kilometers an hour or 60 kilometers an hour and so forth. Yeah, so it's really good. And also you can offset the speed limit, speed of your car, if it should be 0 kilometers or 10 kilometers or 20 kilometers per hour more than the speed limit, or a fixed percentage like 20%, 50% or whatever. And then there are other options like speed limit warning. If you exceed the speed limit, it will display on here that you have exceeded the speed limit. And then there is an option to ring a chime. I do not like that because it's too much of noise in the car, so I just keep it on display that I can see that yes, I have exceeded the speed limit. Then there are other options like speed limit, if it should be offset to a relative speed or the absolute speed for the speed limit. And then there are other options like forward collision warning, if it should be medium or early. I keep it to medium. I do not want it to start beeping early. So next one is lane departure avoidance. I have seen that when I have kept it on, sometimes it happens during the winter days that you are not able to see the road signs and the lines on the road. So it really helps. The car itself assists. It assists me when if I ever leave the lane. So it brings it back. It helps me to bring it back to the lane. So for this feature, really kudos. And the next ones are emergency lane departure avoidance, blind spot collision warning chime, automatic emergency braking, obstacle awareness, aware acceleration. So these all I have kept on. The more assistance you can get from the computer, the better it is. It does not mean that you should remove your eyes from the road. It does mean that you should always keep your eyes on the road, but these things are there to help you. The next one is navigation, and here you can select the volume up or low for the navigation, and if you see, it's saving my profile there. Any changes I make here, they're all getting saved up there. And automatic navigation, trip planner, online routing, everything, all these options I have saved. What I would like Tesla really to update here is to avoid highways. Yet we do not have that option, and even if you are sending the navigation from Apple Maps or Google Maps, even then and if you have chosen on Apple or Google Maps sorry, even if you have chosen to avoid the highways, it will not, the Tesla navigation will not give you the same options. It will not avoid the highways. It will show you the route which has highways on it. So I believe that it's a highly desired option that people are seeking from Tesla, and definitely we would love to see this in upcoming updates. And then there is safety and security. It's one of the most important ones. So here the first option is for allowing mobile access to the car. If you turn it off, you will not be able to access the car with your mobile device. The next one is to power off the car completely. You just tap this button and it will power off completely. The next one is speed limit mode. If you want to limit the speed of the car to, let's say, 140 km/h, you can use this option. Then there is Sentry mode. For Sentry mode, in the new Model 3s 2021 refresh models, in these ones they have provided a USB port. It's a USB 2.0 port in the glove box, and also they have provided, which I will show you later on when I will be explaining the glove box, they have provided us with a pin. They provided us to have a pin to control open and close the glove box. So what I did is I bought a Samsung 500 gigs SDD, and it's solid SSD, solid state drive, and I connected it there and I kept it inside the glove box, which is really good, that if something happens with the car, no one would be able to connect to the no one would be able to harm the SSD, and I will have all the footage and everything. So here I can either turn it off, on, and I have the option to exclude home, exclude work, exclude favorites. So I have excluded excluded my home. So right now you can see here it's not with the red dot inside, which means that the Sentry mode is not on because it's at home. If it's parked at a market or somewhere else in another parking area, it will start the Sentry mode right away. And the next one is, if let's say if something if you notice something really not great happening with the car and something is wrong, you can just honk and it will save it on your dash cam, on your SSD, and then later on as a feedback you can send it to Tesla. And also on this note, I would like to mention that you can always tell Tesla about any of the bugs by pressing here, and it will activate the voice recognition, voice command menu option. And when you press here, you can always say bug report, and this this bug report will be sent to Tesla, and they hopefully will work on it. The next one is park assist chimes. So this one is really helpful because my garage has a lot of stuff on either sides of the place where I actually park the car. It chimes as soon as it detects that the distance from an object is really close. So it really helps me, and you can always keep it off. And then the next one is Joe mode. Joe mode is the when you have a lot of noise, you feel that there is a lot of noise with all these chimes and all these notifications and everything, so you can always turn it off. If you turn it off, I mean, if you check it, in that case all these chimes will not be as loud. But I have checked it off because I want them to be loud so that I know what's happening all around in my car and what all notifications are, so that I would not miss on anything and I would know what's happening. And the next one is security alarm. For some reason this is a mandatory feature, for which I would say it's not an option. So yeah, the next one is pin to drive. And so if you see, like, as soon as I press on the brake pedal, it will ask me for a 4-digit pin. So I have selected a 4-digit pin. So unless I put in this pin, I would not be able to drive the car. So it's a really great feature, great security feature for this car. And the next one is glove box pin. So okay, so I will just start this one. I will just explain glove box here. So as soon as because I've selected glove box pin as checked, as soon as I press on glove box, it's asking me for a password. So I put my password here, and you will see that the glove box opens. Just give me 1 second. Glove box opens. You can see that because it's protected with a pin. And also you can see inside I have my my SSD, sorry. It's a Samsung T7 500 gigs SSD. It's a really thin and almost the size of my credit card. I can just yeah, it's almost the size of my credit card. And yeah, so I'll just close this here. Yeah, apart from that, the next one is cabin overheat protection. So your cabin will not get overheated, and if you select it as on. And yeah, the next one is data sharing. It's up to you if you want to share the data from your car. I don't mind it. I have selected it as yes. And yeah, the next one is service. So the most useful for cold climates, the most useful option here, and the only advised option to use yourself, is wiper service mode. So if I turn this on, the wipers come slightly up so that they don't get frozen in the winters when it's snowing, or it becomes icy and all on the surface of the windshield, and they don't get stuck to the windshield. That's the only option which I feel we as consumers should be using. Apart from that, all these options are to be used by professionals, and I do not advise anyone to use these by themselves. The next one is software. So earlier, if you notice, earlier here used to be a Tesla sign T here. If you would have pressed on it, you would have been able to see all the information about your car. Now the T sign has been removed, and now you can see all the information about your car here. You can see how many kilometers the odometer reading, the name of the car. You can always change the name of the car, how many kilometers the car has run, the VIN number, the VIN, additional vehicle information, what all is there in this car. I am about to buy, I have already purchased the HomeLink device for the car. So for now it does not, it says not installed against the garage door opener, but once it's installed I will update it and it will get updated by itself. And the car is with full self-driving capability, so it's included in the package. Then there is premium connectivity. It expires sometime in the next year, and it also shows what kind of what version of software or the firmware you are using, and if it is up to date or not. Here on the right you can see the release notes, and they have recently updated the release notes as well, the way it's displayed on your screen. So here you can see all the topics, all the details of the release notes, and even the past notes as well. You can see the past notes, and you can slowly scroll like this as well, and you can tap on these release notes as well, so you know what's there in your vehicle in this particular update, what has been added, or what new bugs, what bugs have been removed. And then there is the software update preference. I'm not sure who would not want to have the latest updates as soon as they are released. So I always keep it on advanced, but if you don't care about it, you can just leave it on standard. But I want my car to be updated as soon as an update is there. So all in all, this is what the display looks like, and in the future I will be definitely making more detailed videos about all the functionalities of this wonderful machine. And yeah, and please subscribe and hit the like button, and also comment with what, if you have any problems, any issues, or if you wouldn't want me to create any videos on a specific topic. I can assure you I will definitely create more material, more of these videos. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot. Have a good day. Bye bye.